portion, Moshe begins by sharing with the Jewish people an eternal and universal message from God. In the very first sentence, it says, Re'eh, Anochi, Lifnechem, Hayom, Bracha, VeKlala. See, today I've given you both blessings and curses. It doesn't mean that God practically sent them in a 24-hour period things that were blessings and things that were terrible curses, but rather he was telling the Jewish people that as stuff begins to happen and unfold in our lives, sometimes it is up to us to determine whether they're a blessing or a curse. It's up to us to be able to interpret and see them either as something terrible unfolding or as something that possibly could be a blessing. The world in general tells us that there are certain patterns, there are certain behaviors that can help in us being able to train our brain how to see things and how to observe things in a way that they are positive. One of them is to practice gratitude. Some people keep a gratitude journal. At the very end of the day, they write down what they're thankful for. Really, all that does is, it tells you that while the thing that's being thrown at you is pretty bad, you have other things to be thankful for. Not a bad practice. In fact, Jews have that. Every single morning, we have a prayer called Modeh Ani, where we thank God that no matter what's happening in life, we are thankful for you returning our soul to us. There is something else, spending time with positive people. Well, Ethics of Our Father says that we should hang out with positive and good neighbors. You walk into a tannery and you'll smell like hides. You walk out of a floral shop of flowers, you will smell like roses. So when you hang out with positive people, when you hang out with happy, cheerful people, it will just give you basically a good, happy, and thankful attitude. There's also something else, and that is to identify your areas of negativity. Well, you know what? Judaism has that as well. Before we retire and go to bed, we say the Shema. We say the three portions of the Shema and other prayers that basically provides for us our private time where we can sort of self-reflect and see what went wrong in the day and how we should better ourselves tomorrow. But besides all those things that we can practice and train ourselves in to make our general attitude one of gratitude, there is something else to think about. And that is that really, when you think about the morning really, what is the morning? The rising of the sun. Can sunshine be a friend? Can it be a foe? Is it a curse or a blessing? Is it dawn or dusk? In other words, if the sun rises and you're still tired, it's like, oy vey, I don't want to get up. Ugh, it's the worst thing in the world. But if you're a little well rested and the sun is rising, you say, wow, what a beautiful sunrise. Ugh, it's going to be a grateful day. Two people seeing the sun rise, yet having two complete different attitudes. It was an American writer who said that change can, like sunshine, can be a friend or foe, as I mentioned, or a dawn or a dusk. Sometimes really, the things that are being thrown at us can truly be either a blessing or a curse. It just depends on how we view them. It was interesting, I was in someone's home yesterday, and I had been in their home before, and there was like this planter with a lot of things sticking out. I was looking at it from far. I thought, oh wow, like some thin type of foliage from Florida or something like that, like stalks. And I didn't really know what they were. As I'm having a conversation with him, he begins to tell me that he's a real big fisherman. It's like such a beautiful hobby of his. When I heard the conversation, I now realized that what I was looking at from afar were not plants at all, but rather fishing poles. I was looking at something 1 minute before, trying to figure out what type of plants they are. And one conversation later, I was able to realize and decipher that they were fishing rods. That is all of life. I'm giving you blessings and curses. What are they? I'm not going to say that sometimes there's a harsh reality that is difficult to interpret in any other way. But most of our stuff, even if it's a pink slip, whether it's a fall, whatever it may be, many times when we wake up, that it's not, oh God, good morning, but rather, good morning, God. when we start to see that sometimes even things that are a little painful may actually be amazing opportunities. So yes, by all means, say Moda Ani. Start with the gratitude in the morning. Start hanging out with positive people. Before going to bed, see where you can rid yourself of some of your negativity. But know in your heart that many of the things that we view throughout life, it's up to us to see them either as a blessing or a curse. So choose blessing. Have a great Shabbat.